Special reports by Martin Bell. 500 oil fires still burn, a disaster that's ruined Kuwait's economy and threatens the environment there and far beyond. Martin Bell's report tomorrow, rebuilding Kuwait from the ruins, on BBC Breakfast News from 6:30 on BBC1.
Good evening. 10,000 football fans gave Birmingham City a hero's welcome today after the team's victory in the Leyland DAF Cup final. They beat Tranmere 3-2 to give them their first ever triumph at Wembley.
The scenes were more reminiscent of Liverpool or Manchester after a footballing success. The triumphant Birmingham players travelling in an open-top bus and thousands of fans with something to celebrate. When the team arrived at the council house, they were welcomed onto the balcony by the Lord Mayor of Birmingham, Bill Turner. There were cheers for all the players, but the biggest was reserved for John Gale, whose 2 goals secured Blues' first ever Wembley victory.
The police in Shropshire are searching for a man who tried to abduct a 10-year-old girl. He threatened her with a knife after luring her away from her friends in Wellington. She managed to struggle free and ran off. Detectives are warning parents in the area that the man could strike again. The Conservative MP for North Shropshire has run into trouble for describing Neil Kinnock as an outstanding leader of the Labour Party. John Biffin, a former cabinet minister, made the remarks in an interview on Channel 4. He said Mr Kinnock was distinctly electable, but other Tory backbenchers have described the comments as unhelpful. The RSPCA say that 70,000 families have offered homes to the Beagles that were rescued from kennels near Malvern on Friday. The dogs were bred for laboratory experiments, but the firm which ran Perrycroft Kennels has gone into liquidation. RSPCA officials say they've been staggered by the response. Finally, cricket, and one result from the county championship today. Warwickshire beat Gloucestershire by 9 wickets after only 2 days of their 3-day match. That's all. Now we go to London and the national weather forecast with Ian McCaskill.
Hello. Now this is a huge area of high pressure. It's been there for weeks and it's going to give basically dry weather over Britain for the rest of this week too. Having said that, there was a little line of showers developed over western parts of England and the Welsh borders this afternoon. More of that in just a moment. But that's the way the weather chart looks, with a high pressure very much in charge today and for the next few days. It's drifting slowly northwards though, and that will allow a rather more pronounced northeasterly flow to develop over the British Isles. So it will feel cooler as we go through the week in the eastern half of Britain. The best of the weather, and the warmest weather too, is going to be over the western part of Britain over the next few days. Meanwhile, it's not completely dry. You can see on the radar that line of showers in western parts of England and East Wales. It actually gave half an inch of rain in Morecambe this afternoon, but most places stayed completely dry. A few spots of rain through the night. Most places, in fact, dry and rather misty. Later on in the night, some more rain and drizzle getting to the far northwest of Scotland too. But with all this cloud, for most of us, a pretty mild night. The temperatures will drop in parts of the northeast as low as 5 Celsius, 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow, well, a lot of cloud over England and Wales to start with, a little bit of drizzle and mist in places as well. And there'll be some drizzle and rain in the far northwest of Scotland. Most of Britain, however, will be dry. It'll be quite bright over central parts of Scotland. It'll become brighter too as we go through the day in many places, especially in the west. That's where the best of the sunshine is going to be through the day. Further rain and drizzle in the far northwest of Scotland. Even the cloudy south and east becoming just a little bit brighter as we go through the day. And the winds from the northeast rather more definite than they have been just lately, especially down in the English Channel. And temperatures in the east as a result really quite cool, 12 to 14 Celsius. The best of the temperatures in the west, 17 to as high as 19 Celsius in places. Mainly dry again on Wednesday, some drizzle in the northeast, a few showers inland and a few showers inland on Thursday as well. The sunniest weather in the west.
Jose Carreras and some close friends from the world of opera can be found in concert and superb voice over on BBC2 in a minute.
As always, BBC Television will be bringing you the best in sport this summer, and to avoid missing out on the action, you must get your copy of the Radio Times. It's the guide to TV and radio. This week, read about England's great batting hope Graham Hick as he prepares for a long-awaited Test debut against the West Indies.
It's going to be a great summer. Make sure you don't miss it.
Don't miss out on the best in TV and radio. Radio Times, if it's on, it's in.
Tuesday evening on One starts with the Boswells and bread. Then at 7:30 in EastEnders, things are hotting up, especially for Sammy.
I want to sleep with Ricky.
What? Family concern for Pike's health at 8.
Look what happened when I tried to cure his sinus.
Yes, well, perhaps he just didn't like sleeping with a hot water bottle on his face.
3 more contestants get their big break with Jim at 8:30.
Oh, super, yes, yes.
And All Good Things at 9:30 doesn't include Shirley's marriage counselling.
Like you didn't stand for the way you moved in with Wendy Bishop. Then I haven't seen him since he moved in with Wendy Bishop.
Then at 10:20, actor Michael Cashman gives a personal view of attitudes towards gays.
Ordinary men and women made extraordinary by society's obsession with what we supposedly do in bed.
At 11, Barry Norman's films are Silence of the Lambs, starring Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster, and Cher's new film, Mermaids. Dive into Tuesday evening on BBC1.
Now on One, top film entertainment as we play Cops and Robbers, strictly for laughs, with Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks.